It was quite a little adventure. I was given the privilege to spend Thursday evening and Friday all day working on a cabin for a friend, the minister at the church I've been going to, and they want to convert a little cabin into a kind of a family setting, a family arrangement. It was a boys' bunkhouse, and I got to at least make the first couple of steps in the process of clearing it and cleaning it up some so that we can do a little bit of improvement on it. Now, I don't have good after pictures again, but I've got a little better excuse this time. One of the worst snowstorms I've driven in probably 30 years or more started coming down, and I was in a bit of a hurry to try to get loaded up and on the road. And wow, those backcountry Middle Eastern Indiana roads are, well, they're called roads, but I don't think it's been long since the goats and the cows kind of set the paths out. Anyway, really blessed and grateful I got home safe, and also that got some work done. And I want to share some video here. This is not a completed project in a way because we want to put some flooring down, we want to put a window in, we want to put a new storm door on, and maybe some other things. Maybe put in some accessories in the room. But it is completed in the sense that this was a first step that had to get done so that the actual fix up, the clean out had to happen so the fix up could start, I guess is what I'm saying. And we got to do that, and I appreciate you taking time to watch and share any comments. Please like, subscribe, and I look forward to hearing from you if you got some thoughts on this. Thanks. Hello, everybody. I've got a little project here. But first, it's a beautiful day nearing sunset in the, let's call it the hinterlands of southeasternish Indiana. I'm at a little campground and getting to do some work on a cabin. Let's take a look. Here we go. The idea at first was to take these bunks out and turn this into a little family cabin. But recently it was discovered that it looks like there's a lot of mold. So the project for this weekend is probably just taking out the ceiling and whatever insulation is up there. And before I do that, I'm probably going to pull the mattresses, maybe the carpet, or the rug, and maybe some of the bunks, which will have to be disassembled. But I kind of need one or two of them as my ladder to get up to the ceiling area. So, I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm glad I get to give it a try. All right, as the sun sets, here's what I think I'm figuring out. I thought I was going to have to like unscrew all of these boards separately, but and I may have to, at least the top and the at least the ones that have the bed frames on them. But what I think I have here is 4 separate pieces, because I think take these bolts out. Yeah, there they are. And on both sides. Then I think the bed sections are a unit and the end sections are a unit. Now, the one exception is these screws do appear, this one definitely goes in. That looks like it's on the gap, but I think I'll have to take some off. But they'll come into 4 pieces for the most part, and that will come out very easily. They're too wide to go out the doors. And so that's the next step. Let's start. I'm going to get some wrenches and we're going to start doing some hardware work. Okay, once these screws are removed so that I can take it away from the wall, we're going to start disassembling at least a couple of them and putting the mattresses into storage. And then I'll take another one separated from the wall so I can use it as a ladder to work on the ceiling. That's the idea. Boy, I kind of want to start a little higher though, just in case. Now, if it's moldy at the top, it's going to be moldy all the way down, isn't it? Somebody else will know much better than me, and any comments and suggestions are greatly appreciated. I don't know how well this is going to go if I can't keep the goggles from fogging up. But I got to have some protection to get up and start pulling this moldy insulation down. Let's give it a try. I'm thinking you didn't need video of me sweeping up about 1,000 ladybug carcasses. 2,000? I'm not sure. Lots. But here's a reminder of where we got to last night. So this is my starting place for today as far as the demo work goes. And I've pulled out some of the insulation, and some of it's outside in a pile at this point. I'm actually gonna wait to pull the rest of this out and kind of do it all at once when I have goggles on again and all that. And I'm gonna start back on the wood and try to get it down. And if some of the insulation falls during that, then that's okay. But I have one great addition. There is actually a ladder available here, so I don't have to stand on the bunks. So we'll get that going, and might get a little bit of video just to give you the flavor of it. Now that I've taken one of these bunks apart, just really impressed with the engineering. You can see the layout lines that have been followed pretty closely. But what works out is the frame for each bed is a unit, and then the two ends can be separate units connected with these bolts. Now they're also connecting screws. Good idea. Some of these don't come out too well, But once these two bolts are out on all four sides and these two screws are out on all four sides, basically it can just be lifted up over the top and separated from the other end. So I'm going to loosen these up, two more of them, so that we can take them apart. Now they've got the owner and another helper has come, so we can do it two-person, because one person was kind of crazy yesterday. But these are great little design. All of the ceiling lumber is down, and almost all of the insulation is down. I've got a couple of pieces to get yet. Just wanted to show kind of a mid-process thing. Much of the insulation has already been bagged. Got probably 2 bags, maybe 3 to go. And this is probably where it's going to end for this session. I'm going to sweep the floor, try to clean up in here a little bit, get some scraps down. But there's some kind of liquid damage issue. Not exactly sure. I think maybe it doesn't breathe underneath. Excuse me. So maybe that's causing the evaporation to go up into the roof, the framing, or there is a leak that is maybe wicking down the framing. Not sure. We're going to keep trying to check it out in the process of getting ready to put the flooring in. I think the flooring is under a tarp out on the porch. Once I get it cleaned up in here, I think I'm going to move the flooring inside to get it out of the weather. And then load up and head for home. It's been very interesting. Always learning something new on these kind of projects. Is the state of the cabin as I finished up just as a crazy snowstorm started coming down. What a drive home it was. Well, if nothing else, just getting the dead ladybugs out of the place was a big improvement. But you can also see that some of the bunks were taken out. There are signs there up above that the ceiling wood and the insulation has been taken out, and in general cleaned and organized, prepped for potentially putting down some flooring. And somewhere in here there is supposed to be a window, although off the top of my head I'm not sure which wall that might be best to install. We'll have to see. Anyway, this was the goal of the weekend, was to get the ceiling down, the insulation down, and cleaned up and reorganized with some of the bunks taken out so that we can kind of see what we're working with. And let's see what we do from here. Not sure when I can get back over there, but we're going to try to get the project moving forward with some flooring and a window, if we find one cheap, hopefully at the restore, for pennies on the dollar of what a new one would cost in a regular shop. That's the general idea.